What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Gamers for Life podcast, where each and every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday discussing all things games. I'm one of your hosts, Jarrell. With me is Arthur Thomas. What's happening, my guy?
Sure, Version Man, dude, you see the American flag done that on a spam shirt? I'm having a good fucking day. If you do, it's like if you're not wearing food related clothing, especially spam related, are you even living?
It's a different type of time, most definitely. Most definitely. I always feel like you're on vacation when you have that shirt on.
Yeah,
So Arthur's on vacation. He's wearing the spam shirt, or
vac-
it was like
vacation
a good
mode.
Disney shirt you had on too that you used to wear too. I was like, oh,
I
must
was
be on
just,
vacation.
it was a Star Wars Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was a good one too.
yeah, Hawaiian shirts are definitely the clothing of my people, both in color and size. Yeah. Skinny white dudes wear no, wear you wear your quarter ups and your polos and your button ups. Hawaiian shirts, that's for us fatties.
They're funny.
Don't culture appropriate my rotund people.
Very nice. Well, if you're new to us, hello. Be sure to subscribe at G4L Podcast. Always happy and welcome to have some more folks here. Part of subscribing on it at G4L Podcast. And then be sure to like the videos too so they go around the internet. And Arthur does the gaming streams, which we'll talk a little bit as far as for some updates from the last stuff that we've been playing and that he's been playing with me. But everything regarding to the show, as far as for all the episodes we have over 600 videos of really awesome stuff, great fun conversations, unfiltered gaming conversations with us millennials. But everything else you can go to linktree.com/gamers for life podcast, the one-stop shop link for everything regarding to the show. And usually here at the Gamers for Life podcast, we talk about the news that you can use, and you can go to the link of the time code to go to the different sections and topics of our episode, or you can just hang out with us here at the Gamers for Life podcast. It's gonna be a different episode today. This is gonna be more about topics than news, because the news is more of the same. But first, before the topic, kind of connecting to the topic, Arthur and I, we've been playing Dead Space. We've just finished Dead Space 3. I played the first two Dead Space games before I was playing Dead Space 3 because you were like, hey, this is a fun co-op game. It's cheap as fuck. I already have it in my library. Like, if you have it in your library, let's coop it. And I was like, bet. I said, let me just beat Dead Space 2. And I beat Dead Space 1 and 2 on my Steam Deck. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So man, how many hours have we put in? Like 21 hours?
Just shy. I have just shy 25, and I only
Okay.
played that game coop with you. So
Okay, nice. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, damn. I'm definitely putting numbers on the board. This is the most gaming I've done all year, I think. Which is pretty
you
cool.
finished a franchise. You finished Dead Space.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
finished 1, 2, and 3, all within what 2 months?
Yeah, that's very true. That's very
Yeah.
true. Yeah, and then the first two I did. I specifically was like, I'm going to play them on the Steam Deck,
And
so I
for those
did.
of you that are not there, for those of you that are not of the fully employed kind, that's hard. With a life,
Yeah,
it's
and it
like
was in spurts, right? Yeah, like
yeah.
I play in spurts usually. Um, the most I play at a time is when I'm playing with Arthur. So I'm like, all right, we're really getting down to the nitty gritty, diving into the stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, we were talking a little bit yesterday. Kind of give me your thoughts on Dead Space 3.
It's fun for what it is. It's a fun cooperative experience. It's one of those games. It's one of those games. Not this shit entirely in Dead Space 3 or as a franchise, because I've only played Dead Space 1, never beat Dead Space 1, never played Dead Space 2, but of course know of the franchise. Dead Space is like Dead Space 3, Drill. It's like one of those like bad movies that's hilarious to watch with friends. Like it's like it's not the best movie. It's a B movie. It's like I don't know, killer clowns from outer space. There's killer clowns, but it's not really scary. You watch it with friends. You shoot the shit while dumb shit's happening. You're gonna have a good time. Yeah, I mean, that's really how I walked away for like describe that feeling. Are you not? Russell Crowe always asks, "Are you not entertained?" I was entertained, but I
Yeah,
was also definitely entertained because I drew fucking Carver tripping balls, agreeing with me that every
Right.
NPC character in that game, except for Robert, is an idiot. Every character in the game is an idiot. Isaac's an idiot. Carver's an idiot. Ellie's an idiot. The cultist guy's an idiot. Everyone's a moron. It's like that old school George Carlin skit where he was like, "You ever noticed how once you get on the road, every other person's either a jackass or a moron?" That's kind of what Dead Space was like. You ever notice when you turn on the game, everyone's a jackass or a moron? Um, but yeah, man, like I said, overall, Dead Space is like a game that it's a 4 if you play it cooperatively. It's a 3 if you play it by yourself. Like I said, it's one of those. It's just like a okay, badish, fun, entertaining movie to watch with friends and just gawk at it for what it is. Um,
Yeah.
and I wonder, Joe, I'm curious. We're not playing it back. There is no New Game Plus. We're never clicking it. Um, I really wonder, Drill, what those hallucination, Jesus Christ,
Hallucinations.
hallucination. I was like, you know what, Drill? I need coffee in the morning. Do you know what my words need? 5 more fucking syllables. that's that's what my words need. Sprinkle some extra fucking syllables in there. So for those hallucination scenes where mainly Carver, the player 2 character, is tripping out, I'm kind of curious to know what that looked like if you play by yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Because there's like one segment in the game that's actually harder than the final boss, by the way, that is like the Carver character stops moving and apparently is internally having his own like mental episode, but you as Isaac, the main character, are fighting off necromorphs, and you're just screaming at your buddy like "fucking do something," and you're like, "I'm tripping balls." And yeah,
Yeah.
we had to play that. We had to play the repart back. So like,
I was almost gonna say like that's maybe the one caveat where it might
yeah,
be a good idea to do a new game plus or a new game, but where I'm Isaac and you're Dylan, so you can see those crazy hallucinations.
Carver, you're thinking your dead son again. Dylan's Carver's dead fucking son.
Yeah.
He's dead as a doornail, Jim.
So I was like, well, that might be like for you to actually see what I was seeing. Maybe it might be worth to do
I'm
a
like killing
second go around.
xenomorphs and over here, sorry, necromorphs, and Joel's over here like, oh, there's a birthday cake. I'm like, shoot the guy, but there's a big cake. I'm like, what the? I'm like, ooh,
I was
Drell,
seeing crazy stuff.
there's spooky blood on the walls, and Drell's like, there's nutcrackers there.
Yeah,
Like what?
yeah,
So I go to
yeah.
shoot. There's nothing to shoot. There's just toys. So it's just really funny. It's just really funny
Yeah,
to play that game cooperative when your friends is useless isn't the right word. I'll say mentally occupied.
the one thing that the one thing that annoys me about there's a few things that annoy me about Dead Space 3, but
Multiple.
like there's stuff like that it's a cool mechanic, but I feel like they don't take it anywhere. Like it doesn't connect in any particular
No, nothing.
fashion. It's just here's a cool thing we can add, but like how does it tie into the rest of the story? Like is it going to tie into something, or is the other person going to experience something or something? Like it's just there's like these ideas that are like unflushed out. And then it's funny, we were talking about Ellie as far as how annoying she was in the third one, and I literally first thought that she was a completely different person because she's completely different in Dead Space 2 and actually likable. She's kind of a hard ass. Like she was like carrying around this other patient dude as Isaac was trying to get to her and the other guy, and he was kind of freaky, the weird guy. He was like, no, keep him alive. We need him to figure out these visions or whatever. And she was like, Isaac, if he moves wrong, I'm shooting him. You know what I mean? So it's like
Wait, that was Ellie
complete.
in this. That was
That
Ellie
was
in
Ellie
part
in the second
two.
one. That was Ellie in the
Was
second
this
one.
a clone or some shit? What? That does not sound like the Ellie we dealt
That's
with at
what
all.
that's what I'm saying. Like they wrote her completely different, and they didn't really keep her character. That's why I literally thought she was a different character until the credits were rolling, and I was like, no, this is the same character. Like what the fuck? Like Oh, like it definitely didn't seem like the same character at all. But yeah, as far as for the game, definitely fun. You know, fun co-op game. But as far as like quality and whatnot, when it comes to the game itself, to me, it's kind of the lowest one. Dead Space one scariest, two best balance as far as gameplay mechanics and freakisms, and then Dead Space three. If it was a co-op, I'd say is the lowest, but the co-op is fun. Co-op is fun, so definitely you know, I'm glad I played it. Right, I'm glad we played it. Glad we burned through it. You know, it was pretty fun. And then the funny thing too was that there wasn't really like and you were the host of the game, but there wasn't any tutorial whatsoever.
Dude, there was like all the only tutorial I had was like what buttons do, which I
Right,
think is the most useless tutorial in gaming unless you're playing on easy mode.
right.
I'm sorry, it's like especially I don't know, just me where it's like there should be just an option to be like, have you played any shooter ever? Okay, then skip the X is reload, right trigger is shoot, left trigger is aim. Just skip that. But that's all I got drill was like what
Yeah.
crouch is, what stomp is, but all the mechanics like hacking puzzles and shit, I didn't even get. Like I didn't even know hacking was a thing. You and I were stuck in a room. Thankfully, it wasn't during an infinite like zombie spawn moment, but it was seriously just like, what do we do? And you're like, oh, Arthur, you missed this panel. I'm like, what do you mean panel? You're like, yeah, you can hack it. I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Like there was no, like I said, there was no, there like that there was no tutorial in that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, very weird. Very weird. But yeah, I mean, and to me, I feel like that's kind of the a tailing connection to this episode, where I feel like focusing on, and I feel like every gamer has some type of a backlog, or it's like either a stack of games physically that you never got to go through entirely when you were a kid, or if you just have hundreds of games in your Steam library that you bought that were on sale, but you never actually went through and played them. Uh, I know there's a lot of games at GameStop where, you know, I sold so many games I never played. You know what I mean? Like the games I recommend, see on the shelf, you know. So this time now more than ever is kind of like the best opportunity to go through your backlog, just because, you know, us it's funny because, you know, some old folks still say like, you know, I was there during the best time in entertainment, where I really feel like for us, Arthur, we literally lived around the best entertainment when it comes to movies, music, and video games, especially when it came to like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare days, like Battlefield Bad Company 2.
That golden era before console install discs were a thing, that was a golden era. Because you and I
Yeah,
have talked about GTA 5. GTA 5 was one of the earliest scraps. GTA 5 is coming home after midnight launch. We worked it, and you have to install the game. And for console players, that was relatively new for us. PC players is like, welcome to my world. Great, now we're all covered in shit. Are you happy now? but but no, for us console players, again, that was like a new territory for us. So at least console wise, not talking to you Quake players, their anniversary happened recently. Um, old school PC heads, but again, for console players, which is called what it is, the vast majority of consoles, Nintendo, Sega, Xbox, PlayStation, um, where you just come home, you bought a game, you rented a game. Remember those days? You can rent a game
right.
and you just pop in and the loads. You hear the PlayStation 1, you hear the PlayStation 2, hear the Xbox, you hear the, bong. That was horrible. The Xbox symbol, the original Xbox symbol, that wrong. But yeah, and so what we're getting at is it's just been really fun for us to like play a backlog of games, which is called for this for a lot of people in the modern day gaming drill, replaying games. Like I
Yeah,
played
that
Dead
too.
Space 3. I played Dead Space 3. Now if you're wondering why, wait Arthur, this is your second time playing it. How come you were playing as if it was your first experience? As we discussed, the game's kind of forgettable. Fun, but forgettable. And now, Drill, guess what? We're about to go back and play one of our slash the most successful cooperative games ever, Borderlands 2.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so so again, so whether your backlog is things you've never played or things you think of, let's call what it is, like nostalgia, or like tangibly like fuck, that game's fun to play, I want to play it again. Do it, try it. I like I said, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like Joe when I played impromptu while inebriated, I started playing Bioshock One at 3 in the morning drill. It was like putting on an old jacket or just like just laying in bed like after a long days of work, long day of life. You come back, you got your pillows, your fans on, and you just that's what it was like turning on Bioshock when you hear when you go into the little submarine under the lighthouse, the plane crashes, and you go in the Rapture, you hear the music, you see the logs, you see with the very first Andrew Ryan, would you kindly, you know, it's like fuck,
Right.
I'm back, and I want to get back in that game, and I want to get back in the game. I just got too tired this past weekend. I wasn't
Yeah,
drunk at
because
3 in the morning. I was
I
sleeping.
feel like I feel like a lot of people resonated with that because I mean that was like we had over 500 views on that. I was like, God damn,
our
you know what I
our
mean?
most our
Crazy.
it's not like we live and die by numbers. Listen, this is a hobby. We have jobs. We talk and constantly play in life. It's just sad to say we play off stream. No, you mean in real life. We just play with friends. But it's just
Yeah,
funny that like again, our most popular viewed thing was just Bioshock One remaster at 3 in the morning on a random Saturday.
yeah, 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 man. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just, and I really mean that as far as like I feel like we were around the best version of gaming, you know, and just kind of comparing and contrasting it with just like the games that are they're trying to remaster and re-release, you know, like we were just talking briefly about Halo Campaign Evolved and how like they changed up a lot of stuff in that, added stuff that wasn't there, and it's stuff that doesn't make the game better, you know, like just even from the minute of like giving all the weapons all at once versus like progressively getting more weapons and kind of feeling that progressive as far as like going through the story, like getting more like just you know that build up, you know, that leveling up, if you will, it's from an action perspective. And then you know like adding characters that just hate Master Chief but it doesn't like go anywhere. It's just like it's just because some disgruntled developer was like, I like Master Chief like because he's a man, or Master Chief, I'm gonna have someone write a message, just get talking crap about him, and Master Chief doesn't say anything or do anything. And then like I guess the his sergeant or his general, you know, the black guy, I guess he like eats a lot in the game. Like he like, who's this
Dude,
Steve Harvey motherfucker? Like, who's this guy?
even in space, Halo Studios trying to give that man diabetes, man. What the fuck, dude?
I'm just like, what is happening? So, just like stuff like that, you know. I know one of the big things that happened previously this week was the Grand Theft Auto 6, or they announced the Grand Theft Auto 6 Netflix reveal. So they're going to be showing, I guess, gameplay and stuff, but it's going to be through Netflix. So if you don't have Netflix, you got to wait like 6 hours or whatever it is before it shows up on YouTube. So it's like just very eye rolling stuff. And to me, like, it just shows I'm not super surprised, but it just shows what type of time that Take Two is on. Like I knew they're on some different shit when they said, "No, code in a box. We're gonna ship cardboard in plastic to stores, and it's gonna have a code on it for a console game." Like I was like, okay, they're on some bullshit, you know? Because even when you pre-order Grand Theft Auto 6, you get GTA Plus, and I don't know if it's something you have to type in or if it's just embedded within like the digital copy or whatever. There's already an additional subscription model that's added within, and this is even before GTA Online, because obviously for Grand Theft Auto, like for five, and you know for five at least, you know the campaign first and then online later. You know, so I think they're going to do the same thing for GTA 6, but it's just they're already on the time where it's like you are going to pay whatever we tell you to pay if you want to play this game that you've been waiting for 13 years. You know what I mean? So it's just they're on a different type of time. Were you eye rolling on that news like I was?
I mean, yes and no, because GTA Plus came up around a few years after. I want to say a yearish after GTA Online for 5 came out. Um, my thing is, as always with any subscription service, especially if you get a free trial or a free month for whatever thing, make sure you put a reminder on your phone to turn it off. You know, now if you're saying, "Hey, Arthur, I want GTA Plus, I want it all," fine. But again, there is a massive number of people that will activate it once, forget about it, and get charged again. So as always, like if you get a free trial of Amazon Prime, fucking Paramount Plus, anything, just hey, put a reminder in your calendar. Put a reminder in your calendar to save yourself to save yourself a possible fee, because remember, it's that 30 days starts like once it's activated. So if you pre-order it, you install it, it's like, hey, GTA Plus, bing, boom, timer started. So just FYI
Yeah.
on that, because it's just crazy. Like I said, that yeah, Joel. It's like, was I shocked or disappointed? No, but only because I'm just like, not to be in the Debbie Downer phase, but it's like, oh hey, a game that's an online subscription, so they kind of default quote unquote sign you up for all those that pre-ordered it. Yeah, it checks out. It's
Yeah,
just
it's just yeah, it's like
sad
4 months before the game comes out that people are already paying,
that we haven't seen
uh
gameplay for.
over $100, whatever. Like, yeah, yeah, exactly. Without seeing anything, like this is the old school snake oil, like strategy, So I'm just like, that is wild. This is wild to me. So it's funny because I feel like since we're now PC gamers for the most part. I know you still got your PS5, but I feel like it works to its benefit that it's not going to be available day one for GTA 6. And I don't even know if we would play it even if it was, but it just works to its benefit where it's like, well, we got man of the games to play. It's like I
And,
think the FOMO is gone, you know.
and here's the thing too, even for console players, Joel, remember before I got rid of my Xbox? Remember, Joel, do you remember Xbox Gold? Remember that?
Yeah, back in the
Remember
day,
we
yeah, yeah.
Joel, remember we used to get 5 free games a month. So that's where again we're saying even the console players, it's like, hey, AAA shouldn't have bet. Either AAA is putting out bad games, um, they're putting out overpriced games, or they're putting out good games with bad pricing. Just all the above. You know what I mean? There's problems at launch. It doesn't really launch well. There's all this bullshit around it. There's, AAA game comes out. Well, if you don't like it, don't play our game. The game fails. Oh, the game failed because of our customers. Well, it's like you told us to not play it if we didn't like it, and all that hoopla shit. So it's just been really fun and refreshing for John and I to take a step back and ignore all that and just play fun games. And it's really funny, Joel. I love how you and I have like an impromptu weekly check-in of, hey, Joel, what games do you think has more players than Marathon? On our last count, Bannerlord 2, Mount Blade 2, Bannerlord had like 3 times the many players. Space Marine 2, long, the Emperor, the Emperor provides, the Emperor protects. That had 5 times the amount of players. Drill, that new indie game, and I think it was called Into the Nest or something Nest. That's on there featured. It's that like turret simulator game, that indie game that was featured at a couple showcases. Has that had more players. That had more players than Marathon. It's just little things. Like so, just little things. It's like, oh, look at that. That's nice.
Yeah, 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 man. It's funny the next anticipated disappointment that's coming out soon. is, I feel like it's Gears of War E-Day, like, and it like I'm not gonna lie, like I've seen some gameplay, from the multiplayer whatnot. I guess there's some type of a closed beta or something. Something's happening from a beta perspective. 'Cause I've been seeing multiplayer footage from it. Even someone had like a benchmark comparison between different Nvidia cards playing the Gears of War E-Day multiplayer. But um, while the gameplay it does look good, right? It does look good, and it almost gave me like a little bit of those vibes of like you, me, and Asian. We would play. That's what it goes by. I'm not saying because I'm racist. Um, Gears of War 5. Where we used to play that. We used to do 3 perk coup on that, and then do Hive Busters. So fun stuff that we used to do there. So I just got that reminiscent vibe, and it looks really smooth. I mean, it's funny because that is a game where I have to upgrade my video card. I was talking to Art as far as like, yo, my Nvidia 1660 Super, I've literally been able to play every game pretty much for the past 10 years. Even if it's in minimum, settings, I still get 60 frames, 1080p or whatever, or a little bit below that. Like, still can play the fucking game. I can still play the games that I would want to play. And the one game that pushed me back was, first it was Indiana Jones Return, the Inner Circle or whatever weird, whatever the name of it is, because it's required ray tracing. I know I'm old, right? But then in Gears of War, once again, is also required ray tracing. So 6060 Super doesn't have ray tracing, so you have to fucking upgrade some capacities. I'm like, well, I'm upgrading anyway. But what my point on Gears of War was that it gives me slight hope, like from the gameplay. Looking at it, like the gameplay looks good, looks really smooth, and I would love to coop with you guys in that again. But every other company has failed failed with their releases on stuff, whether it's microtransactions, aggressive microtransactions, horrible dialogue. The gameplay is just not up to the same quality. Just disappointment after disappointment because people, because of X, Y, and Z. So that's kind of the one thing where I'm like, damn, like it would be nice to have a game come out that was a part of the old school games back in the day that I think is pretty good now in 2026. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I kind of give me a little bit of your thoughts on Gears of War E Day as far as kind of where you're at when it comes to it.
I'm watching gameplay as we speak, and it does look like old gear. It does look like old Gears. I mean, mind you, I have it on mute. Um, so I don't. I'm hoping the sound design is still there. I'm hoping there's a lot of shouting. I'm hoping that men shouting during a war for survival is not labeled as toxic masculinity, as a lot of these developers and publishers have seemingly been lecturing down our throats these past couple of years. So I don't know, man. It's just I'm curious. Like I said, it's everyone's different. Like you said, some people, if like I'm the type of person where the game doesn't load or port well, I hate that because like if I buy a thing, I want to buy it. I don't like the concept of like, well, it's a PC game. If I'm like, no, no, no. If you buy a car and there's a roll of the die, it doesn't leave the fucking lot of the dealership brand new. Fuck that. So so I know PCs have a lot of bad ports at launch, but again, for a lot of like you said, Joe, a lot of people are writing. For a lot of people, the bad writing's enough to take them out. Where it's like, oh, I can't wait to play Halo. Yeah, Psh, um, Spartans are dumb. Drill. It's about time we stop. Since all the women get everything done, it's about time we should start calling it X women instead of X men. And yes, if you're reminded, that's in the actual fucking fucking movie. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I just don't know. It just, I'm not, I don't know if you can pre-order it. I'm not. Um, it's one of those things, real, where it's like even though Gears of War itself, on his own entity, from everything I've seen so far, hasn't turned me away, but because the industry, Microsoft, everything they've done and have promoted and proudly promoted and criticized the fans, the customers so much, I'm just like hesitant for anything they touch now. Because we went from, hey, I think, hey, no, you and I used to talk about this, like, hey, I think the writing in Dragon Age is bad. If you think the writing in Dragon Age is bad, you're this label, this label, this label, and I'm like, whoa, I want nothing to fucking do with you. And so now it's just like again the AAA larger market is horribly, horribly bloated with that shit. No, not everyone, but I have to be to a point, you know, skeptical for this shit. 'Cause, call it what it is, but it's like I was just telling you, Drill. It's like, how many times where it's like, hey, this one game's coming out, and like one of the developers runs their mouth and like, cis white man, blah blah blah. I'm like, cool. I'm not. Well, why would I touch your fucking game now? And again, that hasn't happened with Gears of War, but it's almost like with anything AAA nowadays, Drill. A lot of people, including myself, it's like we're just waiting for the other shoe to drop, for someone to run their mouth, for a new trailer to drop, for a new interview, for a new Reddit post, a new social media post to be like, cool, I was right. This game's not for me. So I don't know. Well, like I said, we'll see. And that sucks because like Gears of War could be everything Gears of War is. But it sucks that like a new Gears of War game now is, like I said, now instead of being like Gears of War, let's go, we're all, a lot of people are just like, nah, let's wait to see what's wrong with it. And that's
Yeah,
the state of the industry. Let's say the industry, we're gonna
yeah,
be like, oh, a new thing from a new blah blah blah, like a large AAA, instead of being like, yeah, it's like, what's wrong with it? What,
yeah,
show me the hood, show me the seating, how's the sound system, how everything, because there's so many elements we've seen fucked up, especially in the last 2 years. But again,
yeah,
gameplay wise, from I'm seeing, Drell, I will say this: Halo Infinite didn't have Koopa launch, didn't have Forge at launch, didn't have so much at launch. I don't. It looks like this can be at launch, Drell, because I'm seeing gameplay right now of Gears of War E-Day, their Horde Siege mode,
yeah,
and if that's gonna be at launch, I'm impressed. Because again, another flagship, I can't think of the word, mascot for Xbox. Halo shit the bed. And so it's a weird dynamic to be like, hey, Drill, I'm happy. Why? Something we're used to seeing day one. Yeah, it's day one again, even though it's been the day one for every game for most games they launched. Oh, it's like, yeah, I
yeah,
mean, like I said, it sucks that, like, for me, I cannot talk about Gears of War without almost like putting, like I said, where the industry's at, because that's just how it is now. It's like, again, features that used to be in the game. Guess what, guys? It's back. And everybody's like, yay, good news. And they're, part of me, like, again, pessimistic, Debbie Downers, negative Nancy. Carmen, don't be, Kyle, you're being a negative Nancy. Stop being a negative Nancy. but it's like, yay. We're glad the thing you took out's back. Should have never been gone, but yeah. So, we'll see. Um, we'll see. I just Googled it already. It was on October release date, if you know that offhand. Uh,
I don't know offhand. No.
October, I think it was the 6th. October 6th, yeah. So it has October
Okay, yeah.
6th. Has October 6th release date. Um, I don't know, Joe. Like I said, because again, like, if the, I don't know if I'm gonna buy day one, not day one, but that would be a fun, again. That would be a fun game to coop with you if the game keeps having good news. Because Joe,
Yeah,
there was that one interview where that one guy said, "We just want a fun game, no battle pass, no daily login bonus, no weekly login bonus bullshit. Just a fun game." And that, again,
yeah,
the more and more I hear about Gears of War, it's more in the good. Please keep it that way. And to the publishers and the people around Gears of War, please keep your pissed off employees that hate their job off social media. Like, remember that one Halo guy,
yeah.
Drill? I hate guns. I hate working with a game with guns. You applied to Halo Studios. Yes. Hate my job. You can quit. So
Yeah, mop the floor. Like
just
do a different
clean a
job.
fucking
Like
toilet, dude.
nobody asked you if you don't like guns. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely understand what you mean there, and yeah, I'm hoping hopefully they don't prove you right, with that stuff. There's a couple of interesting notions, right? Like we're in an age where even if a developer says like we just want a good game, it's not up to them. You know what I mean? Because Battlefield 6 delivered a fantastic game, really fun multiplayer. They laid off that staff. That staff is gone. And now they're focusing on RedSec. So it's like we can't even get they can't even retain talent for what makes these games great or that used to make them great, because of money or bullshit, whatever implications. And that's kind of the other side of it, as well. I think one thing that Gears of War kind of has, not working against itself, but Gears of War, for how much money they put in to make the game, and supposedly it was like 400 million. I know that was like a number that was thrown around. I don't know if that's true or not, but they're putting that much money into a game that our generation is familiar with. If you watch that, when we watch that Xbox conference and they showcase E-Day for the first time, a lot of the people in the comments that are like, Gen X or whatever, they're like, "What's up with these corny ass buff dudes running around, you know, and we're like, they're not even buff, you
Like
know,
that was
like they're like super
normal.
slim. Yeah,
That was normal. Yeah, you're right, Joe. Because we were like, so when we watch these conferences, we love keeping an eye in the comment section because again, the comment section, call what you will, it's like a free case study or sample of like, are people happy
yeah,
about this? Watch your comment section, and you're right. It was a lot of people of like, like why are they so big? For the the youngins, they were like, oh, Fortnite. But then us old heads were like, why is Dom and Marcus small?
right, yeah. Why, yeah, why did they take a break from the weights, you know, or the, you know,
Look what
the
they did to my
steroids?
boy.
So it's like they have a big gamble right now because they need people excited about the game, new and old generation, for this to really profit. And I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, how many years has it been since Gears of War 5 or the last Gears of War that were successful? X amount of years. Because I know Judgment Day wasn't really that successful. Gears of War 5, some people liked it, some people didn't. Gears of War 5 was a good game, but, you know, I can understand why people are like, I don't care about this. Um,
So who's this new main character?
yeah, yeah, and I feel like they didn't like at the end there were still mad questions, and now we're going back to E-Day. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
yeah, yeah the game like Gears of War 5 is definitely the gameplay loop is what keeps you, and not as bad as Dead Space, but
Yeah,
you're right. It's like if you had to pick one component that was the weakest of Gears of War 5, it was the campaign and the characters, which is a big part of Gears of War. Like people are saying, Joel, not to go too much into it, but people are saying, well, if the main character of Gears of War 5 wasn't to be Marcus and Dom, people are saying like Carmine. Can we get a fucking Carmine story?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Hell, even
Um,
Coltrane. I know that's a
yeah,
stretch for some people.
yeah, like
But
to
yeah, yeah,
go, like, dude, that'd been great. But then they were just like, we got shoehorned in of like, not to go down the rabbit hole too much, like, oh, Joel, she has a buzz cut in the side. That's how you know she's
yeah.
cool and
She's
strong.
edgy. She's awesome. Yeah,
She's edgy. She don't need no man. She's a buzz cut in the side because you can only make a powerful woman in games if she has a buzz cut in the side. Yeah. I don't fucking design the characters. Don't get mad at me. So that was 2019 was yeah
okay,
2019 was Gears of War 5, and you're right, Drew. Like I said, for a lot of the diehard Gears of War fans, it wasn't at least like I said, the campaign story wise was the weakest part, and you're right. The fact that the next Gears of War game had nothing to do with that storyline kind of proved their point
yeah,
that we didn't really want that storyline. We just
yeah,
wanted fighting aliens. Well, they
yeah,
could be. Well, it turns out they were escaped refugees of their own because there was the aliens. No, we don't care. When it kill bugs. I've been playing. We've been playing Helldivers. Kill bugs dead. Okay. so
yeah,
so
yeah,
so again, I'm hoping the campaign of this is good. Campaign of this is fun. Um, I don't think it'll fall into that prequel trap drill where it's like they have a writing limitation. Because, like, for example, as this is a prequel, that's how prequels work. If there's a scene where it's like Dom and Marcus might die, I don't think they will. But I don't think if there are crazy, slow motion, jaw dropping, narrative tension moments like that. I'm hoping they're few and far between because again, there is no tension. It's like Dom Marcus might die. If it's a prequel, they legally can't. you know.
yeah.
So,
That's the
but I don't. What I'm saying is, I don't think it'll have that problem.
yeah. And it's funny. We've had this conversation before, and I want you hate prequels because you're like, there's no surprise. We know what happened, you know, which is a fair sentiment. But sometimes there's like loopholes, you know, or not loopholes, but just like unexplained stuff for like why certain things happen. And sometimes prequels can reveal that, can be interesting. But for a Gears of War game, I don't think people really care about, well, we never realized what happened with this and this. Like, no, people just want a fun game, you know. So I don't know if I hope they can execute, you know, but like there's like many questions on the table, and we're probably going to be right on a lot of this stuff. Either one, and this is almost like a bingo, right? This is almost like the Gamers for Life bingo for what's going to happen. A dev is going to say something going against the customer base if someone doesn't like
I
something.
hate, I hate,
The
I hate games with blood. I
right
hate working games with blood.
the original team that worked on the game is going to get laid off after it does good in sales.
6 months. 6 months. Yeah.
right, right. The potential technical bugs that happen with the game where it's not playable or PC issues with the game or whatever it is. Like there's just there's these bingos that are going to be called probably, but I think for me, I just want the game to be good and the campaign to at least be fun. Multiplayer could be a coin toss. Multiplayer is always a coin toss, especially because like even the port of Call of Duty Black Ops and whatnot that they released on PlayStation like recently, right? It's already been hacked. People already can't play online.
Yeah.
So like people already ruined the multiplayer for that fucking game, and it came out eons ago, and it's one of the greatest Call of Duties that they've released. People already fucked it up with the multiplayer, so who knows what's going to happen with this multiplayer? Because we just can't have nice things. So yeah, I'm extremely cautiously optimistic because it does look good. I'll give it that. And it would be nice to play a Gears of War campaign in 2026. It's actually pretty fun with my friends. But we'll see.
Oh, do
We'll
you
see.
think there's been an opening mission of some buff chick with a side cut? Soldiers aren't that cool. There's other people doing stuff too. It's just some dumb
Oh,
Halo, some
here's
dumb
another bingo card.
Halo bullshit.
Here's another bingo card.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna hate Marcus Phoenix for no reason. they're just they're just gonna hate him because he's a man and he chainsaws stuff and he doesn't understand their their culture of aliens that are killing other people. Something's gonna happen that
We're
really
at
just
war.
hate Marcus
We're
Phoenix.
at war for our survival and our literal human existence. That that's not the only thing wrong. But there's also the patriarchy. Just dumb shit. Get these fucking writers out of our games. God damn
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, and you know what's funny, man? Like, I really have a great like appreciation for these different folks that are reviving like gaming preservation, so like creating emulation and stuff services, create breathing life into these newer consoles or to these older consoles. So for example, like for the 360, someone had it where they hacked the 360 where it allows it where you can burn your games onto it that you purchase or whatever, and then just being able
Yeah.
to play 360 natively onto the console, and just revive like the stuff that we used to know that was good. Like gaming preservation is such a dying thing, but thank God for these different devs and different like coding folks that are doing great stuff with emulation. RPCS3, they've been killing it. The ARM SX2, the PS2 1-2 emulation folks. There's like these guys working on 360 emulation to play certain games on your Android phone. Like, thank God for those people, man, because it's like if it wasn't up to them, like this stuff would go away and they wouldn't want us to own anything, and they don't want to do shit. Like it is nice that Microsoft is I'll give them a little bit of a layup as far as like the backwards compatibility nature. And I don't know how long that's going to actually last. I think they're just doing it because Sony's fucking up on all of that stuff on their end. They're like, fuck you, digital bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they really are investing that much into it. Supposedly there's a timeline of when eventually they're gonna do expand it, right, for PC or whatnot, where it's like actual like their emulation stuff that they've made in house, and then eventually like I think certain 360 stuff. And then we talked about the disc situation, right? Disc to digital for Xbox One and Series discs. So we got information about that, but I don't know. I think that my roundabout is just the preservation notion is so important now because like people keep one either ruining stuff of games that are good, or it's tied behind a paywall, or it's something that you never owned it even though if you paid money for it, like just like stuff like that that's just like ridiculous. Like one thing that this I feel like this guy pisses everybody off once in a moon, but the CEO of Take Two, like he wants games to be streaming in 3 years. He doesn't even want it to be play.
Paid by the hour, like a
Yeah, that same guy, I
a
think.
subscription service from the ground up. He's the one that thinks games should
Yeah,
be a subscription service from the ground up. And
yeah,
remind you, Take Two again owns Rockstar. So
yeah.
talk about
So
that shit.
like he's the same guy, like who he said recently in an interview because he was responding to the no disc situation for PlayStation in 2028. Once that happens, he was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. People download anyway." He's like, "Yeah, there's certain mediums where even for music, like there's vinyls, but like I don't think it matters. It's just completely like disregarding like the importance of just like closing the gap on the market. When it comes to people playing on console. And he's like, yeah, in 3 years, stuff should just be streaming anyway. And it's like, no, no, people should be able to play games off of hardware that they purchased over $1,000 for, nearly $1,000 for. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we don't even have an infrastructure that has solid streaming 90% of the time. Like GeForce, which used to be the best streaming platform, has mad problems now. People are locked in up to 45 minutes to stream something, you know what I mean, on certain tiers. So it's just like they don't want you to own shit. They don't want you to own shit. They don't want you to play off hardware if you paid a lot of money for it. So that's why I'm all in for these people that are trying to preserve shit, man. Because it's like, and I also have appreciation for those people that are just creating the games themselves. Like, fuck it, they can't do it, right? They can't do it without bitching and complaining and having an opinion that no one asked for and all this stuff. How about I just make a good fucking game? Or how about me and my friends make a good fucking game? You know what I mean? Like, that's why like indie is so important, and that's why I have appreciation for Steam and stuff. I mean, luckily Steam is it's a private company. They didn't go public, thank God. When they go public, I think it's fucked. But anyway, roundabout notion is just the appreciation of just people trying to preserve good games, right? Because these companies just want to ruin everything
You
and
know,
make as much money as possible.
it's funny because you know how we talk about preserving games. I saw somebody. I'll send you the video. I saw a video that somebody made to Drill about their thoughts of Anthem in 2026, and
Really
it's like that was like it. That was a crazy fun. That was a crazy short, too
short
short
lived but
of
fun.
a
Yeah,
game that was fun cooperatively. I still say I haven't played any of the Marvel, no, yeah, Marvel Rivals, but I still say Ollie enough drill. Any game that had the most closest feeling of being Iron Man, of flying in a mech suit, while flying, doing damage, landing, being in a crazy fight, and then flying off in like 5 seconds was Anthem. So again, we talk about
yeah,
game preservation, where he was just like talking about how yeah, the campaign was underdeveloped. It was just like it didn't get enough time. They did not put enough time into investment to it. But we still talk about that game. How it's like
yeah,
that game for what it was had no reason to be shut down. But it's off servers. It's you can't play offline single player.
right,
Nothing. So
right,
and it's funny you talk about. You remember how it's funny how you were talking about indie, where someone's like, "Fuck it, do it myself." We got back into Schedule One,
yeah,
which had a major update via Schedule One. For those of you who haven't got back into a while or still looking to get into it, has controller support now. Has controller support as of July 31st, and it's made by one person. Still, still being developed. Still a great game. We were playing it this past Friday or something,
yeah.
and oh,
So
such
good.
such a fun game. We're looking forward to leveling up because Andrell gets to use Horse Seaman. We know he's very excited about that.
I'm not going to comment on that.
It's okay, I can. He won't stop shutting up about it. He's like, "God, give me the horse cum. I want it
I
now."
just, I just make the stuff. I don't know what the ingredients are, but I just make it. Now you're drinking all of it, bitch. Don't do that shit to me. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Saying like I appreciate those folks that are just like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll make it this. I'll work on the game. And the music is. I always tout this, but music in Schedule One is fan fucking tastic. Like it's crazy. Like I would like I know it's available on streaming services like for you to stream it. I would buy a CD of that. You know what I mean? Like I would buy that. Like it's so good. Like I was like, this is really good fucking music. As I'm like making stuff and I'm like hearing the music, I'm like, this is so good for like a one. Someone who made one person who made this. Like I mean, I don't think it was the same guy that made the game that made the music. I don't think that's the case. But whoever worked on the music, fan fucking tastic. And I know he's made some other stuff too for some other games, but unbelievably good. Like you wouldn't even think that you would have music like that in a game like that. You know. But yeah, man. So just kind of my roundabout closing statement in this shorter episode for the podcast. Again, we'll talk about topic stuff because everything else has been the same. It's the same. It's the same doom and gloom nonsense we're dealing with.
Layoffs.
You know, layoffs, physical discs going away, prices going up on all the electronics. Like we already know, like this, that like we already know about this, and nothing really new has been happening. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Maybe it is a good time for us to open our fucking Steam account and to look at our 200 to 1,000 games. Maybe we should start playing the games that we once loved, that we knew that were good and that are good. You know, maybe we should start doing that.
Ooh. Sorry, Gerald. You want to play? How about this, Gerald? You want to play the game of how large is our Steam catalog? I got mine loaded up.
I know you got quite a few. I don't, comparatively, I don't have as many games as I should, but I have.
Doesn't matter. It's all about quality over quality over over quantity.
what
Um,
what's your count?
I'm the type of guy will have my God given right where I'll buy a collection that's like 10 games for one of the games. I don't know if you remember, Joe. Remember, I bought every Borderlands game before
Oh
4.
yeah, the DLC and stuff
It
too,
was a
right?
great. That was a crazy sale.
Yeah,
I'm so disappointed you
yeah.
didn't buy it because now we can't play Borderlands 1. Because fun fact, Joe, for gameplay, Borderlands 1's actually my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, gameplay wise. Solo gameplay. Story, including story and everything. Borderlands 2. Um, only because Joe, real quick in Borderlands, I only like using machine guns. So in Borderlands 1, I had a scoped single fire gun. I had a machine gun that was a horrible hip fire burst. That was like my shotgun. And remember, Joe, in Borderlands 1, the more you use a single type of gun, the more you level that gun up. So all my machine gun stats, sorry full stats were like accuracy, reload, crit, everything. That got replaced by the badass point system of Borderlands 2. So remember Borderlands 2 was like zero point 0.3 to shield, 0.3% to health, 0.3% to shield. Well, like I said, in Borderlands 1, it was all about guns. It was all about like, so that's why
Yeah.
because I tunnel visioned assault rifles in Borderlands 1, and I always do, I'm rewarded for it.
Nice.
But man, I still can't believe I got that because y'all, if you remember, I got like I said every Borderlands game. I mean, Tales of Borderlands. It's not called Tales of Borderlands 2, but
I
like
think I have that on the Epic Game Store.
more
I think I have that one
tales,
there.
more tales from the Borderlands or something like that. Yeah, I have 784.
Nice.
I
Nice.
like all the Age of Empires, Total Wars, a fuck ton of Warhammer games because there's always collections because I keep an eye on because you know me, I keep an eye on collections where it's like, hey, the one game I want is 250. Well, it's 8 other friends is $10. I got $10. um,
Yeah, man. Very nice. Yeah, I have 241 games on my
fuck
Steam
yeah.
library.
And we will I will slowly whittle them down.
I think I have around 60 on my Epic Game Store. And
Oh, yeah,
then
we're
I
not talking
want.
about. Oh, we're not talking about everything too. Yeah, but I mainly have Steam.
Oh, okay.
I will say this, Joe. Actually, I'm doing my part. I have 21. I have 21. 20, 21. I have 21 own games through GOG.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'm around. I think I have. I think I'm around there between that and 40 between those. But yeah, that's building up as well. Yeah, so definitely nice stuff. So
I'm playing. That's I play. I was playing BioShock through GOG.
awesome, awesome.
Um, and Drill. I know we're starting to wrap here, so we both can eagerly play Borderlands 2 again. Um, do you want to play our weekly game of who has more players? Today's combatant is always Marathon up against Schedule 1.
Ah,
Drill on Sunday, August 9th. Who had more of a 24-hour, we're not doing live, 24-hour player peak? Schedule 1, indie developer made by one person, or Marathon, made by Bungie, owned by Sony for $3.5 billion.
I don't know what the number is. I'm obviously gonna say schedule one, but how many players?
Schedule 1 has a 24-hour peak, 5 times larger, four times larger than marathon.
Nice.
Marathon's 24-hour peak as right now is 4,900. 24-hour peak 4,900 for a marathon. Schedule 1 24-hour peak just shy of 20,000.
Nice. Nice. It's funny because that marathon number is guaranteed to go down because they wanted to supposedly erase like your progress. So I'm
Well, that's
like,
not
why would
supposedly.
you?
That's like a core game mechanic. Like through
Yeah,
some lorry bullshit, every season they fully wipe everything.
yeah.
See,
That's like the worst idea I've ever heard.
it's so bad.
I'm like, so I just lose time. Like everything, like like even like those older games from like back in the day. You're like for example, like I had a save on my PlayStation 2 where I put over 55 hours
Yep.
Final Fantasy 10. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So at least I had that save and I showed the progress and everything that I did, characters maxed out. But then you snapshot back over to flash forward to like a game like Marathon. Oh no, you're just gonna do it again because you're gonna do it again because we told you to do it again.
Yep.
you know, where's the value in anything? So interesting stuff. Well, we're gonna leave it there again, ladies and gentlemen. Play your games in your backlog, but we're gonna wrap it up there for the Gamers for Life podcast. Again, each and every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, discussing all things games. One of your hosts, Jarrell. With me is Arthur Thomas.
Looking forward to playing Borderlands 2.
Yes, sir. Likewise. All right, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time.